Live, episode 91. I am your co host, Pisky, and I am joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather.
What the fuck is the matter with you? Like, why you got to start off the podcast like this? We
All
were
right, all
just
right, all right.
we were just talking for 20 minutes pre-thing, and you go pull that shit on me.
We are live from Costa Rica, folks. We managed to get set
And
up.
I told you that shirt is going to give somebody an epileptic fit, and then you're responsible, not me.
I want to apologize in advance if the quality is shit at any point because, I don't know. The Wi-Fi down here comes and goes with clouds, it seems. But right now, I think we're good. So, again, advanced apologies. How are you, Godfather?
Very well, thank you for asking, Mr. Costa Rica.
It is nice to be back in my second home, I guess you could call it. Everyone down here says hello. They wish you the best, Godfather.
You didn't
Again,
even
just
mention
like
my
Bet
name.
Bash,
You didn't even mention my name, I'm sure.
just like Bet Bash. Everyone's asking, "Where's the Godfather? Where's the Godfather?" Why does everyone assume that it's just me and you always together now?
Well, I think if you want the God's honest truth, I'll give it to you. I believe I make you a better version of you. So the people have caught on to this. And when you're solo, nobody gives a shit. But when I'm around, it's the Ben and Pisky show. Hey, Pisky, hey, Godfather, this fucking guy. Hey, that's the way it is. You created that. You wanted that. You get
Just wait.
what you get. You remember those words. Okay. Next.
I think I'm gonna make T-shirts for Bet Bash. You get what you get.
There you
The
go.
infamous
That's
Godfather line.
strong words to live by, but
How many
every
different
day,
suits
baby.
and ties do you have? You only
I,
like.
I, I
I am
have.
really impressed. I gotta
I
say,
used to be a man of respect. So
always looking
tread
good.
easy.
Always looking good.
Now,
All
well,
right,
this
Godfather.
podcast has given me an opportunity to actually start using them again once a
No,
week.
I like it. I like it. And that's another thing. You gonna wear those in August in Vegas?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you got to.
Well, I gotta walk
Dude,
around in a suit and tie all the time
you
while you're
started
wearing a
something.
fucking Blue Man Group shirt. Don't worry about it.
You know what though, G? You wouldn't like it down here right now. It's way too hot. Disgusting. I I'm talking 40 degrees. And it's not so bad. During the day, obviously, it's quite obvious. It's spicy caliente. Uh, but at night, when there's no breeze and it's a muggy 39, you sweat like I sweat. I'm not cut out for this stuff. I have really thick blood as
Do I
Greek.
sweat like you sweat? I wear a fur coat every fucking day of my life. What are you talking about if I sweat what you like you sweat? Come on. Like, okay, it's hot. What'd you do? Like, hello, you're in Costa Rica, G.
Yes.
During the day, jump in the ocean. At night, walk around with a pail of fucking seawater with you when you get to come on.
So I got to show you something. I'm going to show all our viewers as well. Make sure you guys are watching us on Spotify or YouTube. The Costa Linda, where I am right now, this is the Full Dogs and I condo down here. So we have like an Airbnb thing going on, and this is one of our condos. But the condo has gotten some renovations lately, and I know you haven't been here in a few years, Godfather. So I want to show them to you.
Good.
First things first. This is where I'm sitting. I took that picture down so it wouldn't like screw up the view. But look at that nice new table and chairs.
Yeah, nice.
Not too bad. And the kitchen has been renovated.
Oh, new cabinetry.
Yeah.
Dark cabinetry. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's a good sized kitchen too, from what I remember.
Huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot, especially around the fridge area and stuff like that. And this was just like open space before. where the fridge area is.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's looking good.
Very
Kudos to the
nice.
full dog. Yeah, he's got it moving
Absolutely.
really well. And if
Bulldog and
anyone is,
Jazz. I'm sure Jazz had a lot to
yes,
do with the
yes,
renovations.
yeah, Jazz is Bulldog's wife down here in Costa Rica, and yes, she is our interior designer. So this is all her, actually.
That's
They
nice.
send me things up in Canada, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, Jazz, you pull
Hey,
the trigger. If
listen,
it looks good to you, it looks good to me.
the stuff the finished product that you sent me from when you went to visit the Bulldog. I mean, wow. He really made
Yeah,
up his
the
place
house that he lives in.
like a resort. That was really, really nice. Good
Yeah,
job, Full Dog, as usual.
yeah, yeah. No, he knows what he's doing, and
Yeah.
our new condo as well is almost completed. He's thinking that we might get the keys in like mid-April and stuff like that. So yeah, we got quite a few things
Nice.
down here. If any of you are looking to come down to Costa Rica, there are links in my bios to the Airbnbs that we have down here. So make
Nice.
sure you take a look. And if you're a friend of the familia, send me a DM, and you know we can work something
Pisky,
out. We can
Pisky will take care of you.
yeah, the Airbnb stuff are for the strangers, but as always, if you've been following the podcast and you're looking to come down here, reach out to me and we can work something out. Mm. Notice I am on the Agua Godfather because Mikey the runner, our top guy from the OLG project a couple years ago, that would go store to store to store to store to store around the province of Ontario, had his bachelor party down here. What did you think of that?
Well, you know what? I'll say this right off the top. I mean, I got some invaluable insight into what marriage actually really is. And, you know, there was just, I mean, if there was anybody sitting on the fence, I think you made them gravitate towards doing the right thing. I say that without reservation. Yeah,
You know
like
what? I took a little heat for those, by the way. FYI.
you're
If you guys are
you're
brutally
mocking the
confused,
sanctity
listen.
of marriage, which still some people give a shit about. And anybody that
I
knows
was not.
you, you know, you got to take it with a certain grain of salt. You know what? When I saw the first one, me being a Pisky expert said 7 more days of this shit. 100%. 7 more days. Other people maybe don't know you as well. You know, they don't know when you're effing around. You know, they're hanging on your every word. Not me. Not me. It was like I can just see you telling Mikey the runner where to stand, and you're getting the moonlight, and then you're hitting with these quotes. Like it's a farce. But hey, good job. I mean, I think the people liked it. I don't know.
I
I
got
can
a lot of
guess
hearts
a
and
few
laughs.
people that maybe gave you shit, but we're gonna keep them out of the question.
If you guys are brutally confused, you should be following me on Instagram. That is more of what would you call it? More of an intimate, I guess, follow, because it's more of my day-to-day stuff, right? It's
Yeah, I
not so
mean,
much betting, because a lot of people that I have on my Instagram, I know what the crowd is like. It's a
yeah.
lot of friends, a lot of family, and a lot of them have no idea about betting. So I
I
tend to put
I'd
more
say more
betting
of a
stuff on. Yeah, personal
personal
stuff.
follow. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't use the word intimate.
Int- well,
So
after those pictures you should have, those were very intimate. So,
okay, let's go.
but listen,
Did
as
you have a good
again,
time? Yes or no?
we had a great time. We had a great time. Like a little too hard. It was
You
a
wa-
4 day
you,
bachelor party. So
you went to the
you know,
Cocal? You take people to the Cocal? Like, what's the matter
we'll
with you?
we'll get to that in a second. But uh, my job. Correct me if I'm wrong, Godfather, because you have a lot more experience than I do. My job as the best man is to break balls a little bit, is it not?
Absolutely.
Wow. So a nightly sunset on the beach, on Jaco Beach, in here in Costa Rica, with a beautiful quote that is promoting marriage. Okay, the British dude, shout out to Marcus the lawyer, who was with us, he kept telling me I was taking the piss. I don't know. It's a British thing. You ever heard of that before?
No,
No? Yeah.
no.
Okay. Well,
The-
anyways, it's basically like, yeah, it's, a little jab, a little pokey, a little fun. But we had a good time with it. But yes, there is a problem in Jaco right now. And I shouldn't say that because it's been here forever, but I think it's increased. The putas.
Brian?
The putas. Too many.
So the putas have
So many.
increased, yet you went to the Cocal. That's basically like saying you
Mikey-
went to a fucking Walmart when you need something. Like,
Mikey the runner has never been to Cocal. So we had
well, then I guess you had to
Yeah,
bring him.
as a first timer, think about it. You walk into that place, and here's the thing. When I came down 2 years ago, so I was last here in 2022. When I came down with Britt, the putas don't bother you. Right?
Well,
You walk
yeah,
by,
of course. They see you walking
you
with.
barely even notice.
Yeah.
You barely even notice them because they keep to themselves. They don't say anything. You walk by, or you walk down the strip here in Jaco with 3 dudes. Hola, massage. Hola,
Hola,
massage.
hola, papi.
You boys want to party? Hey, baby, you want to party? So a little too much, and I got some relatively bad news. You're not gonna like hearing this, Godfather. Inflation has gotten Jaco Beach.
Even there, the
Yes.
prices are no longer the way they were in 2020.
Value, unless you're going to a soda. I posted yesterday. I was at Soda
Mhm.
Raquel. You can still get stuff done there. But, I mean, even like middle of the strip, off the strip a little bit, a place called Green Room, 6 drinks, 6 shots, $150 US.
What?
Yes. So I spoke. So last night I went out with Wicked and Carrie and Nick. Shout out to them. Wicked,
Mhm.
Wicked is our insider. He's one of the top line movers at BetUS. So I had a little conversation. We'll get to that in a second.
Mm.
But I asked them because they're locals here. They live in Playa Hermosa, and I said to them, I said, listen, like we came down here. Granted, it was pre-pandemic when we were here for the
Yeah.
party that shut down the world. And do you remember how much we were consuming at Clarita's on the beach?
Yeah, I am telling you, 6 drinks and 6 shots would not be 150. It wouldn't even get near a hundo.
Yeah. And things have
It
completely
would
changed
not.
now, man. Yeah. So that
That's
was
very
heartbreaking.
disappointing
Like
to
we
hear.
couldn't believe it. Even the first place we went to, granted, when we landed in San Jose on Wednesday night, we went out for a steak. It was a nicer place, and you're kind of near the airport, so they know they got you at that point. But our bill was $300, $100 each, and that's a lot for Costa Rica.
That's way too much.
Yeah,
I remember you ordering that fucking tuna steak at that airplane restaurant, and it was $25 US with all the fixings, and it was like a kilo of tuna steak.
I know.
Beautiful. That's gone.
Oh, dude, it's heartbreaking. And the thing is, like, you come down here as a tourist, whatever, you save up some money, you come down on vacation. But what about the locals here? Because majority of my friends here are obviously local.
Yeah. Well,
And a lot of the locals here, their minimum wage isn't Canadian minimum wage.
no,
Not even
no
close.
chance.
Not even close,
Chance.
right? So that is kind of why I started thinking maybe that's why you see more putas in the area. Maybe that's why we didn't bump into any other groups. We didn't talk to any people. It was just us
Really?
3, basically. Yeah. Like, okay, maybe once or twice at one of the bars, and because there is quite a few retirees down here. But do you remember when we were down for the Super Bowl? There were people everywhere, of all
100%.
ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
honestly,
we went to that supermarket there where we loaded up the hacienda
Yes.
with stuff, and the place looked like Walmart at in Maple.
I know, and
Well,
it's
that's
changed.
really disappointing news,
It's
man.
changed. Yeah. So I don't know.
What are the prices at Clarita now for a fish taco?
20 US.
Dude,
Easy.
that's fucking double.
Yeah, easy 20 US. My breakfast this morning, I didn't post it because I don't know, it wasn't the prettiest one, but typical breakfast. I guess that's what they call it down here. But Tico breakfast, 14 US with a coffee.
No,
But that's way more than it used to be,
oh
right?
my God. It's double. When we were there in 2020, when I was there for your Tico breakfast, you pulled out a 10 spot, you
And you're
got
good.
your breakfast, your coffee, and you gave Rosita something on the side. And that was it. You were done. $10. Now you're telling me 14.
Yeah.
That's 40%.
And that's not tip on top of it. Tip after that. So yeah, dude, it's changed, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to have to report that back to you because I know this was a
It
place
varied
where
because,
this was a place where
that
the
was
dollar went a
your,
little further.
yeah, sorry, that was your, that was your go-to.
Yeah,
How much does this cost in Toronto? How much does this cost in Toronto?
yeah,
I
yeah.
lived it for 2 weeks.
Because that's the best. Because like you said, if you can come down here and get a surf and turf for $25, you're like, all right, now
That's what we were doing.
that's what we're talking about. But no, man, it's changed, and even the place we rented. So we rented that Diamante place, like I told
Yeah.
you. Uh, Marcus, I think, met some people walking by on the beach that had rented there, maybe pre-pandemic or something like that, and they said it's doubled in price, the Airbnb. So yeah, it sucks. I've kind of kept this quiet, but I know like I have to report back to you and let you know what's going on down here. Now, all that said, I don't want to sway people from coming here. Costa Rica is a magical place. Um, you
Man,
can feel the stress come off your body as soon as you land at the airport. Like I will say that, but the days of the dollar going a little further, not quite like that right now, and that sucks.
wow, that is really disappointing
Yep.
because that was part of the fun.
Yeah.
That was part of the fun. You're always going to be in a better mood when you think you're getting value on a vacation.
Well,
And
especially for guys like us, we like value. That's what we
yeah,
do.
so what happened to Lemon Zest? If you go to like, because even that was a higher end restaurant, and it still was a good value.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll report back. I haven't been to Lemon Zest
Oh,
yet, but I think
wow.
the plan is to go there tonight. So I got Bean coming to the beach with Tati as well. So
Please say
it'll be
hello
nice
to
to
them.
catch up with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So Bean's another guy. Bean was our go-to guy in Banfield group for all those wondering. He's been on this podcast a couple times.
Yes, he has.
We've had him on, and really like, I call myself a grizzled vet in this industry. I think he's got 10 years on me, so he's been in it forever. And it'll be great to catch up with him now. And also hung out with. Did you meet Leo? His
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Leonardo. Yes.
Yeah, he works at one of the credit shops out here. Ace. Ace
Oh,
Sportsbook. It's
okay.
down here in Costa Rica. And I inquired right away because if any of you guys watching this follow Spank Odds or Don Best, you'll notice that Ace Sportsbook always seems to be off by a half a point. When I was doing those middles in the first half
Mm-hmm.
for college football, I was dying to get an ace. I actually reached out to Wicked because he used to work there. But it's credit show. You got to know a bookie that uses ace basically.
Yeah.
But they always sit off on their numbers. So I was talking to Leo about that, and he's like, yeah, we do things a little differently or whatever. But anyways, I told him to let me know if any opportunities to get accounts come up because it would be nice to get something going there. Speaking of betting, we're on a hiatus right now.
Yes, we are. I'm loving it. You may need another partner when you get back. Just my family.
I want to
My
ask you how it's
family
going.
is
Yeah.
definitely enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's what
mean, I don't have to sit here, wait, and do what we do. I mean, I want to go for breakfast. I go for breakfast now. Somebody calls me up and says, "Hey, I'm hungry. You want to do lunch?" We do lunch. the Perrys are they're loving my little hiatus. I'll say that.
You must actually feel retired now.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's only been 6 days. I mean, everybody take it easy, you know.
But well, let's just remind everyone we've been doing this betting shit since, let's call it September 1st, maybe a couple days prior to that.
Yeah,
But
every day.
there hasn't been many days where we haven't put in bets,
No, no. We
right?
only took a mini hiatus there during Christmas, two,
Yeah.
3 days, 4 days tops, and this one's a little extra. I mean,
Hashtag.
our people are still saying, "Are you guys available?" I don't, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
good to take a
I
break.
see you. I see you've been in there doing props still though, and you did
Well,
pretty
I
well last
mean,
week. Kudos to you.
before the hiatus, didn't have a good week, and
It kind
you
of pissed
know,
you off a little bit, didn't it?
when I get pissed off and there's a bad taste in my mouth, roll up the sleeves sometimes. So a little
Well,
mini
when things
comeback, and I'll keep at it this week.
I have to apologize to everyone because when things don't go well, that's when we get the Jeremy Sochan rants and your glasses are going everywhere. Which today you're nice and calm. We're talking prices. You seem a little heartbroken now. What I just told you
Well,
about
yeah,
Costa Rica down
it's
here. But what did you say you got going with your glasses? Amazon or something?
yeah. I got myself a little, just
Oh,
some, just to make sure they don't go flying all over the place. That's all.
you know
Because I
what?
noticed, I'm my worst own critic. I noticed I was adjusting the glasses a little bit too much last podcast because I think I was sweating a bit because you were pissing me off, and then I started to get agitated, and then shit was happening. So I took
I
took
I
things
thought
into
it
my
was
own
just a
hands.
nervous. I thought it was just a nervous thing. Like because
No, they were
now
gonna
that you
fly off. No, they were gonna
now
fly
that you
off, and
now that you said it, I do remember you going like this a lot.
let's just get to
Anyways,
100, please. Let's just get to
yes,
100. We'll
yes,
take a
let's get
little break,
a
and
little hiatus. Exactly. But breaks are important, and what I wanted to highlight here, Godfather, and this is something that I didn't even put in the roadmap, but I think I was prior to getting on the plane coming here. I think I was dealing with burnout a little bit.
really,
Yeah, like
it's
I
not
was
surprising.
dude, I was having these issues where uh it's first of all, I noticed it in my sleep patterns. I
Hmm.
couldn't I for whatever reason could not shut off my mind at night when I was going to bed. And and it kind of just spirals from there, right? And so I wrote down some of the symptoms. I went to my friend Google here, and just let me know if you felt some of this as the months. Well, a lot of them actually remind me of you, but symptoms of burnout, feeling
It's
drained.
always me.
I had
Okay.
that,
Okay.
right? Exhausted, but I wasn't sleeping well. Not feeling able to cope. I don't know, maybe not, but I did feel like my plate was too full, right? And
Okay.
I really think a lot of this is because of the additions of social media we made. This stuff right here, YouTube, has driven me crazy. And
Yes.
the addition of Twitter. I never used to do Twitter before either, right? So you're adding more onto the plate on top of the betting, on top of the TikToks, on top of the Instagram, on top of the stories, on top of the crypto shit. It's a lot. But I'm going to keep
Yeah.
going through the symptoms here.
Yeah.
Not being able to sleep, boom. Being sad, angry, irritable, or not care. Irritable for sure.
You're very irritable, so that's definitely 100%.
My bowels are, yes. Use more alcohol or other substances. I don't think so. Like, the only time I would use more substances would be the gummies to try to knock me out. But even the gummies weren't working, dude. I'd go to bed and on a gummy and just think and think and think and think, and we're talking till like 5 in the morning. That was happening to me. That's pretty fucked up, no?
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, okay. Get heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes. I hope. Oh for 3 there. I hope.
I hope
But
so too.
I
Because
did feel like tight chest and
when
lying there like recently, the last couple
you
weeks.
better go to the fucking doctor. You don't fuck around with that shit, okay? All those
I
three
think
things you mentioned, I have. You want to be me? You don't want to be me.
I mean, hey, all right, you're a cool guy, but no, I think it's anxiety. Anxiety gives you tight chest, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But what the
So
fuck
I
are
think it
you
was. I
anxious
think
about?
this was.
If you don't mind me asking. No, I'm sounding like I got to talk to them. I got to
I don't
talk to my
know.
girls.
I I don't know, man. Like I honestly gotta dial up the. I actually went to my therapist's website, but she's still on mat leave, so I gotta find a new one or something because it said I might not even come back. So that I hate starting over, but I might not have a choice. But yeah, I don't
Mm.
know. Be more likely to get sick. I haven't
No,
gotten sick, so
no,
that's
you're in
good
pretty
news.
good health these days.
Cynical or negative? I mean,
Well, you're
I'm
Mr.
just positivo, you know.
Positivo. You're Mr. Positivo. Come on, let's not talk
And
about that.
a sense of failure. And you know what? When you put yourself out there in social media day after day after day, sense of failure creeps in. It does because you never bat 1,000. Like Shohei Otani might do this season because he's on my fantasy baseball team. But um, you never bet 1,000, and in the social media game, you know, you're throwing a lot of mud against the wall and hoping that it sticks. So a lot of times, you know, you interpret it as losing. You're really learning, but you interpret it as losing because a lot of your posts don't do nothing or they don't resonate with people. You get no engagement.
Yeah, yeah.
So sense of failure starts to creep in. I suck, you know?
Well,
So, anyways, I just wanted to highlight that if there's anyone out there that are feeling these things, it's nice to put it out there. You hear it from someone else. Yeah, I needed this to get away, and that's why I said
well, that's
Costa
good.
Rica heals people because you come down here and you spend time on the beach and around the pool and just having fun with buddies as well and
Yeah,
seeing all
it's a
my
laid back
extended.
place for sure.
Yeah,
It is what you make it. You want to go hard, you can go hard there too, just like anywhere else. But you
yeah.
know,
Well, there was no shortage of that, and even the full dog came in. Did you see that? The full dog came with
yes,
us
I
one
loved it.
night.
I followed every post, and I really enjoyed seeing him come out, and
Yeah, it was great
that's
to see him.
the one big plus um, that I've told anybody that ever asks me about Costa Rica. I always give it with the caveat. I'm sorry. Um, I went with locals, people that live
Yeah,
there, and
oh, completely
first of
different
all, come on.
experience.
I mean, basically, Full Dog could be. He could be the mayor of Jaco. He could be he could be the a provincial governor or something. Nobody's going to pull a fast one on him.
No,
And it's when you go there by yourself, you may not be insulated like that. People that you rightfully call familia, and you're not going to get taken advantage of at all.
yeah, and that does happen here,
That's a
and I'm
big
sure,
plus.
and a lot of other tourist destinations as well,
Yeah,
right?
of
But when
course.
you're with the locals, like even last night I went to a hip hop party
I
here
saw
in
that.
Jaco. Yeah, they had Gaffetto on the turntables or whatever. Gaffetto was Fuller's DJ for his wedding a few years ago, and
Oh, is that right?
big,
Oh,
yeah, big into the hip hop scene down here, and Wicked's big into that as well. So yeah,
yes,
but
of
again,
course.
I would never go to something like that with the guys from Toronto,
No, no
right? The
chance. You
fact,
wouldn't
the
even
fact.
know about it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I wouldn't even know about it exactly. So, but yeah, that's super cool, and that's what the boys really enjoyed coming down here is that I know a lot of the spots because of the locals, and even a couple of the locals came out with us.
Yeah,
So, one being Full Dog, right? So, yeah, not having to think and taking the spots that you would never visit otherwise is amazing.
yeah. Well, for sure. And you've been there enough, and you have your own property there as well, so you know the ins and outs of that little town. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And again, if anyone's curious, the Cocal, there is a bookmaker, sports book inside. If you need to make a sports bet down here in
Yes.
Costa Rica, this place
Okay.
is packed with women. And then in the corner, little tiny corner, you have these 4 screens of odds and then a little computer, I think, that you'd log in with like an account and put your bets in.
Wow.
Like a few slot machines and a couple tables as well. But I don't think anyone's really there for the gambling, to be honest.
I don't think so either. But
Crazy
glad to hear
spot.
that
Crazy
that
spot.
Mikey had a good time. He deserves
Yes.
it. Congratulations to him. When is the actual wedding?
In May.
In May. So
End of May.
around the corner.
Yeah.
Around the corner. And
Yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
good, good. Glad to hear you've had a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Now on to a much more hot topic in the news lately, and shout out to everyone for engaging with me. I love engagement, but this was overboard. I got a lot of DMs about the OLG Proline not paying people, and then the Godfather took the side of the OLG. He texted me and said, "Pisk, backlog." And I said, no, unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. Okay.
Let's talk about it. We won't dig
Let,
too deep.
well,
We
yeah,
won't dig
no,
too
no,
deep.
well, no. We can do whatever you fucking want. We can argue.
I won't argue. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I'll start off by asking, what government entity, what essential service, what anything provides excellence in this country? Which one? Hold on, I'll wait. Hold on, let me go get my lemonade stand with the sign. Change my mind. Like, I want to understand. And for this crowd of I know more than you, and like, give it a rest. So I can understand that to some people, them continuing to use backlog as an excuse.
They've been using that since we were
could
there,
be very upsetting. I'd be upset too if I wanted my money out. But I can tell you that, as I said, I know what has occurred. All right. And again, let's be positivo. Let's concentrate on telling people that you're going to get paid. So when you say the OLG not paying people, that is inaccurate words.
Okay. I see what you're
saying. Okay. They will pay you. They're not paying you on your timeline.
They're slow paying you.
They're slow paying you. It is not like,
it's not for nefarious reasons. They're not trying to get you to piss it away.
It's not 5 dimes. It's not some gray area, black book area kind of thing. It's just not like that. Okay? They got caught with their pants down because, and you should know this. This is what makes me a little crazy. You should know this.
Oh, I know.
They have these marketing people.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it either, per se. All I'm saying is they have these marketing people, all right, that get paid really good money. And before they put that promo out, they probably said, well, yeah, we think we're going to get a 10% participation into this promo.
You're talking about the Super Bowl promo, right?
This is what the backlog is all about. And the two people that I sent you the article about, it precisely went in just for the Super Bowl promo. Okay?
Yeah, so did I.
So did you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But so if they were looking at a 10% participation rate and they get 50% participation rate, and then 40% or 60% of those people are basically dash and diners, get in, bet my 50, get my $500 bonus. I want out now.
Oh.
This is what's going on, people.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
This is not you with your account for the past 6 months, and now you're like, I'm feeling the heat. I want to take a 3-month hiatus. It's the slow period. We're approaching the slow period. No, these are people fast in, I want fast out.
Fast out.
They're not
Oh.
fucking set up for that.
Okay, so what you're saying is a lot of people just went in to take advantage of the bonus, and
Yes,
OLG got overwhelmed.
100%.
Oh, okay, that
Okay,
changes things a little bit.
okay, it does. It
I-
does.
I-
But
I-
the people out there, all the smart people on the on gambling Twitter, all the fucking I just rather I like to go back to the days where I could just profit from these idiots. You know, like fuck you. You see how much you're making me swear again, upset again. Like you don't know what's actually going on. You don't. You don't.
What?
And to those people that like to chirp about how much money they made, receipts, or it didn't happen.
Well, that's my argument. Okay, so I know there are people that made a lot of money off of Proline.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
But if you want to be that guy, and take shots at us for being imbeciles or whatever they call
Unacceptable.
They used
Up
to
to me.
call us.
For
They
me.
used to call us monkeys. So
That's
if
okay.
you're making fun of us for being monkeys, chimpanzees, or whatever, let's put up your receipts against my receipts, and then let's talk. You want to talk profit? Let's talk profit. How much did you profit? Is it life-changing profit? Because if it isn't, you fucked up. You fucked up.
You know,
if it's not life-changing. So that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, and I get your point. All I'm trying to say is this specific instance of the backlog is related to this particular promo, which probably went 10 to 20 times better in a participation aspect for them than they anticipated. So inevitably, yes, somebody at the OLG, somebody still effed up in it because it's your job as a marketer to understand the marketplace and you know what's going to come, right? And be prepared on the back end to facilitate should there be a rush on fast in, fast out. So clearly that didn't happen. Right?
It was mistakes on different levels then.
On different levels, maybe multiple levels. Absolutely.
Right.
No, I'm not, you know, what do I have to gain from, I'm not taking their side, but I will not sit here and listen to this bullshit about incompetency. Show me your competency. Whoever's, show me what you do that is beyond approach.
It is incompetence. Like you got to be better. Like you after all this spillage, you know how they get when they get shit media. When they get negative media, you know how they get.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
So they must be sweating over there because they don't like this. They don't like when they get.
They don't like it. They don't like it one bit. That's why I'll tell your listeners, or tell our listeners. Whatever side of the fence you're on, you're going to get paid. It's just maybe not on your timeline. And both you and I, unfortunately for us, have a little inside participation on the wrong side of the fence. We had to work during the pandemic where, you know, the portal for online 649 and you know, buying lottery tickets of any type was basically handling, you know, 1,000 people, and then boom, overnight the pandemic hits, and now they're dealing with 300,000. Like, there's, you know, there's issues. Should they be better? I'm going to agree with you, Piss. Yeah, they should. Yeah. But you know what else? Maybe I'm just a little tired of the sanctimoniousness on Twitter and gambling. Yeah, well, you know, holier than thou kind of fucking shit. Fuck you.
You know what?
From The Godfather.
Don't listen to that. Stay off there. You know what
I
I mean?
try. Do I gotta stay relevant for this shit? Do I gotta know what's going on? So it's kind of hard not to see that shit.
I know.
They'll clear it up. It might take a month, but they'll clear it up.
I'm saying if you're engaging with all the gambling goblins out there.
No, I don't engage at all.
Get out of
I
here.
don't engage at all.
That's not who we are. That's not who we are. Sure, we run a podcast because always betting. Again, it's not 100% to do with sportsbook. We talk about a lot of other different shit here, right? So don't engage with them. Don't fall into the trap where you think you have to talk about sports betting every single day of your life, because that's not what this is about.
No,
it never has been. And
I don't
that's
engage. I read, I absorb, and then
freak out.
And then I just don't like.
Well, I have a question.
In some respects, it's they're this easy target because people. I just keep on hearing about how much money people made. Well, you know what? You're telling you're telling the wrong person this because
show it.
I know the numbers.
Put the let's get a condo. Let's get a condo video made. Let's go. Yeah, let's see it. Well, yeah, okay. No, my question to you is now, and I don't know if what kind of inside info you have about all this, but someone on TikTok today commented on one of my videos saying the OLG is going through IP addresses, scanning IP addresses. And that I found very interesting. I don't know if they are or not, but
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Okay.
No, I do not know that.
If they're having all these problems with payouts and it's a quick go in, take advantage of the bonus, get out, maybe they're finding out that there have been people that have gone in and taken massive advantage of this and created 300 accounts.
Well, you know what? Again, I'm not going to sit here and say I have that kind of information, because even if I did, I don't think it would. I don't think it would be appropriate. But I do know one thing, 100%, and you'll back me on this. If they've stepped in a puddle of shit, they're going to see it through, and that could be delaying things even more. 100%. I would agree with you.
I think there might be something there.
I think there could be something there too.
If they feel like this got out of control for nefarious reasons, and now they're going to match IPs, and that's the thing. If you guys are bearding, or you're bonus whoring, or whatever you're doing, IPs matter. We've said this about 36 times on this podcast. IPs matter.
Wow.
So, take advantage where you can, but make sure you're doing the little things.
And again, it seems like this Super Bowl bonus just won't leave us alone. But I'm not going to mention names, but I know people that their playing habits with this bonus were scrutinized, and the bonus was revoked.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, due to minimal limited liability play.
So that's what it is. So
I was super surprised, because even that's not an OLG thing.
No. So if they caught on to that shocked me as well. If they caught on to that causes delays, because they got to get all that shit out of there.
Right.
And then now they're trying to match IPs. So maybe this is, like, we just talked this out. How nice is this?
This is nice.
We talked about this civilly, right? You started to lose your cool a little bit, but
that's
maybe
maybe
we've made sense of this. Again, still very unacceptable at its core. But like I mentioned in that video that I put out yesterday on TikTok, the OLG is very new at this. Right?
Absolutely.
Bet365, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, Pinnacle. Pinnacle doesn't really do bonuses, but all these guys have gone through the ringer of bonuses and made mistakes with bonuses and have learned from them over the past 25 years. The
Correct.
OLG has
That's a valid point.
The OLG is very new at this game. So, again, I'm definitely not sticking up for them. Everyone knows that.
Oh, no. But that's okay.
Some people in there made mistakes, and it probably won't be the last mistakes that they make.
No, and it probably won't be. And, I'm just... I don't think I don't think it's a matter of constitutional human rights that it keeps being made out to be, and that's all I'm saying. So
They're an easy target. Like I like poking fun at them, but you
but
know what?
there's
Hey, listen.
poking fun, and then there's this fucking, oh my god, look at these losers again. They just can't, like, fuck you. Come on, enough.
Okay, okay, we're gonna bury that. We're gonna bury that. But that was a pretty good segment. I'm sure people are gonna enjoy that one.
Well, yeah, whatever. You
Um,
don't like it, too bad. But
next,
don't fucking talk about shit that you don't know nothing with someone that was there 35 fucking years. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
my fantasy baseball team looks a lot better than yours.
It
So
does not.
let's talk
There's
about this.
no chance of this. Your team has 8 day-to-day guys, and the average amount of time that they're going to be out is 3 months. You will lose interest in your team in 2 months. This is perfect. You can believe whatever you want. There would not be a fantasy draft possible that you don't roster bait the next morning. So, like, you are a one trick pony. Anybody that does well on my team that I don't take the next year irrevocably ends up on yours. McLean, Young, who else? I can, all kinds of
What?
guys. Yes.
What? No, 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 no,
No,
no,
McLean was on your team last year? No.
I've
Jason
never been
Young
one of
was on
those
your
guys.
team last year? No. Hold on one second. I actually have your team because I want to bring it up.
Okay.
Okay?
You're pronouncing their names a little differently than I
No,
did.
no, no.
I don't know anything about baseball,
Garrett
but
Cole? Garrett Cole?
he was
Do
on
you
your
know
team.
Yuri Perez? Miami
I
might,
invented him. I invented him. I invented him, and then I dropped
you
him.
did not invent him.
I invented Yuri Perez. You better
Well,
watch
good
out
luck.
because he's the new Jose Fernandez. Everyone is saying.
Yes, you invented him too.
I
Well, good luck.
invented him.
Listen, I'm
But
glad that we drafted, and
I
that's
did
it.
notice. I did notice you took a lot of my former players. Brian Reynolds. I saw you reach on that one too.
It
You
was a
reached for
reach.
Brian Reynolds. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was a 8 seconds left in the thing,
Yes,
and
it was.
yeah. So yeah, I
Because
reached on him.
I honestly think in the back of your mind, it's not for me. It's best player available. That's my strategy. For you, it's who is Pisky going to take? Because I know he's going to try to cockblock me here, coming back around.
Absolutely,
And
I make things personal. It's my raison d'être. And I had you to deal with. I had fucking G-Bros to deal with, and I had Big
he
Blue
got me.
Wrecking Crew. Okay,
Yeah,
those two
he got me.
guys annoyed me a hell of a lot more than anything you could pull off. I had Shote in my queue, and it was on the side of the draft where you picked 2 spots before me, so you got him before me. That's okay.
Why
That's
is he
okay.
pitching this year?
Because he's got an injury, and I think that injury will show itself into his hitting, and then you'll be
Oh,
Stugatz.
Stop it. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to.
Tell me the
in
truth.
end-
Tell the people. Don't, not me. I know the truth. I am the truth. Tell the listeners. Your sphincter. What happened when I took Olsen?
No, I didn't.
What do you mean no?
I peaked.
Get out of here.
He peaked. He peaked last year.
Yeah, he peaked last year. This year's a down year. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, it's going to be lower.
Okay, no problem.
What about? Okay, first of all, I was drafting from a hip hop show in Costa Rica. Okay,
I always give you credit for for showing up. When you put it into that context, 100% you're the man.
So that's why I don't have 6 screens or tabs open. I'm not doing research in the moment. I'm not cramming before. I was at a goddamn hip hop show. So
that's fair.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? This guy, it says his average draft position is 76. We're now at draft position number 113.
You got to take him.
He has a day-to-day. I'm going to roll the dice because I'm at a hip-hop show.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Well, you know what? If Team DTD, if those DTDs are 1 week instead of 2 months, then maybe you'll be okay. Garrett Cole, I don't know. I heard he's not pitching until fucking July. You know what you're going to be doing in July? You're going to be we're going to be eating gyros in Zakynthos. So I don't worry about that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So, I mean, I want to kind of highlight our fantasy baseball league in the content somehow, but I know how that's going to go. It's going to last through April. We're going to get into mid-May, and then I'm just going to be like, oh, this sucks.
You know, you'll win a couple. You'll win a couple of matchups early. You'll keep the social media pressure on. You'll send me pictures of guys that hit home runs in the ninth inning, because at the end of the day, you don't feel like yourself if you're not breaking my balls in some way. Let's just be honest here. So, you know, it's incredible. You were willing to give up your draft spot an hour or two before the draft, and then you're roster baiting 10 minutes after the. I can't deal with you, Ben. I have so many things to deal with. I can't deal with you anymore.
It's funny because our draft time was 8:15 local time, so I'm 2 hours behind Eastern right now. And I was talking to Britt. I'm like, oh my God, I have a draft. And I was telling her that I was going to the hip hop show. She's like, how are you going to do two at once? And like, are you stressed about it? Like, do you have to study for this? And I said, the old Pisky, yes, I would be cramming right now. I'd be frustrated. But I've realized that fantasy doesn't mean much. So I really am only in it these days to ruffle the Godfather's feathers.
There you go. And you do a fantastic job. Okay, because here I am. I roll out of bed. I pick up my phone, and I don't have my glasses on. I can barely make out this picture. Fuck, that's Shohei Ohtani. And then, boom, light bulb goes off in my head. Pisky Positivo in the top left-hand corner. I go, okay, there. Here we go. So, is what it is. Good luck.
Good luck to everyone out there too. If you take fantasy seriously still.
It's a good league. I'll give you that.
It's a good league, but the problem with fantasy, and I got to give credit where credit is due. I will give credit to the full dog who quit fantasy after whooping our ass in fantasy hockey year after year after year, because the amount of hours that you put in,
well, that's just it.
Fantasy sports and the reward, man. Put those hours into learning a new language. Put those hours into studying crypto. Oh, speaking of crypto.
Yeah. You jinxed it. You jinxed it. That's because that's the way you do. That's
actually, I got a crypto quote here that I can share with everyone. But what I'm saying is, like, you can use that time elsewhere. Like, I know it's a hobby and I know it's fun to break your buddy's balls and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, the amount of time, Godfather, the amount of time that you and I put into fantasy during our days.
10 cents an hour. 10 cents an hour, maybe.
I think we could have built a company that would have been worthy for the S&P 500. Honestly,
Probably.
The amount of hours at the Lottery Corp, the amount of hours that we put into just trying to make a trade. Remember trying to make a trade? Oh my God. We go on, like, honestly, folks, we were doing it for probably, I don't know, we were going back and forth for like 5 straight days. And then finally we're like, okay, we came to an agreement. We were talking about 2 different players.
we weren't even talking about the right players.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but this is the quote that I wanted to share with crypto, because a lot of people have been messaging me about, hey, Pisky, I want to dump. I want to get rid of my crypto. How do I do it? Can you facilitate it? The answer is usually yes. I have some connections in the industry that can facilitate going in and out of it pretty easily. But yeah, here it is. This is from Altcoin Gordon. Now, this guy's actually pretty funny. I don't know if I would trust his like calls and stuff. Actually, I don't know. It seems like he is good at picking what to invest in, but that is not what I'm trying to promote here at all. Mm-hmm. Every now and then, he's actually really funny with his content that he puts out on Twitter. If you're looking for a good crypto follow, just be careful, obviously, when you're investing in something that you don't know the person, and that's obviously not his real name or face, right? That is Gordon Jaco. But you need to plan for when you finally reach your financial goal through crypto. Put that profit into other assets. Also, create some cash flow. Invaluable advice. Easy come, easy go. Don't lose it all being reckless. Do you understand? Do you understand, Godfather? There you go.
I understand, and I know
Don't get
you've
greedy.
taken it. I know you've taken advantage of those middle points, and you know that's good. And actually, it's very impressive that you learned this stuff for your own reasons, and now you're well versed, and so you have a certain level of comfort with it.
Yeah, that's
Not everybody's like that,
no, no,
right?
and
So
I've realized that there's a lot of people
yeah,
upset right now. Crypto took a little dump,
it
and
took a
people are
dump, but I mean,
really people are really rattled because they were very close to hitting that sell button, right?
hundred
And
percent. So
I
I
don't
mean,
know
at
what
the
to
end of
say.
the
I
day,
don't know when to buy. I don't know when to sell. I
yeah,
don't know any of
well,
that shit. I know how to get in and out of it pretty efficiently. That
absolutely, absolutely,
that's what. And I know how to protect myself. Make sure you get a ledger. Link in bio.
yeah.
I've said that since day one. But in terms of like what to buy and when to buy, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people are saying AI coins are good right now, but I don't know. I don't know. You have to I think the acronym DYOR. Do your own research. There is
Yeah,
obviously money to be made in crypto because you have these like $1,000 increase in 24 hours. Like this shit happens.
yeah.
It just I don't know how to predict it and stuff like that. So, you know, again, we were lucky with crypto because we got into it because of sports betting. We needed a more
And there
efficient
you
way
go.
to fund all the offshore accounts like BetChris, like Five Dimes, like Bet
So
Online, like Jazz. So we had to learn Bitcoin. We had to get involved. So it was kind of by fluke. And then once you start using Bitcoin as a user, and there's other cryptos as well that are very efficient, you start to understand that holy shit, this is powerful stuff.
hmm,
And you believe in the
yeah,
technology and you invest in the technology. But
there you
as
go.
for what coins to invest in, I don't know. I don't know. And I'll never put that out there. I
You
won't.
know, and
I won't.
again, if you're a noob, um, I look at it like this. Let's I'll throw out a number. Let's say you invested 5K
Yep.
and your portfolio is worth today 75. But
That's crazy.
last week it was worth 91. And now it took a dump, but you're still at 76,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's tough.
it didn't it's not zero,
No. No,
right?
it's not like sports betting where you lose
It's
your
not a
investment
thousand,
in
like
3 hours. Yeah.
precisely, like, so people
But the
need to.
problem is because I've been around crypto so long and I deal with sports betting, like the traditional stock market is a joke. Like people lose their mind when they
Yeah,
lose 2-3%. Crypto, you're getting 25% dumps.
yeah,
And and when you've been scarred enough times, you're like, it is what it is. You
yeah.
hold out, or you try to make some moves. I always recommend people to get involved with DeFi. DeFi is changing your shit into US dollars and making those US dollars earn for you, you know. And yes, I am still working on that guide to help everyone with their DeFi and explain how you can go about using it. So stay posted for that. That's going to be out
Yeah,
soon.
that's good.
Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about
Let's
that.
go.
Last thing,
Keep the faith.
I wanted to talk about March Madness. Have you done your brackets yet?
No, I have
No
not.
interest. I can tell by your like just
Honest to God, I'm gonna do it because just you kind of feel like you're like it's a FOMO thing at this point, really. Because at the end of the day, there's one thing to say: you don't need to watch sports to sports bet,
yeah.
but this is not one example. You don't know nothing about college basketball. You're throwing a dart
I mean, yeah, it's
to
not a
fill out
real.
to fill out a bracket. I have
It's
not watched one CBK game this year in its entirety. Not one.
neither have I.
Not one.
And me, it goes back
So
to
it's going to be
me.
real tough for me to expect anything if I fill out these brackets. I'll do two brackets. I know you'll fill out a couple, and then you'll poke me with your
But
selections are better than mine. I get that,
so
but
I just wanted to touch on what we used to do at the Lottery Corporation because this was one of the best times working at Proline, in my opinion, is that
Without question.
we'd fill out three brackets each. You know, we have that pool is very, very cheap to get into. A
Yeah.
lot of fun, a lot of people involved. And the Godfather and I would make a side bet that obviously you're going for the grand prize in the big pool, for sure.
Yeah.
But the Godfather and I would make a side bet of whoever would, out of our three brackets, would do the best. The other person has to take them out for a steak dinner. And I'm kicking myself right now because I have phenomenal pictures of one of the times that we went out, and God damn it, it'll be on Twitter very shortly. An annual thing. But it was great when we were working at the Lottery Corporation because it happened on a Thursday and a Friday. The office is packed. You know, they secluded us at Proline. But
Yeah.
we'd have all the TVs on. We're paying attention to all the games. And it's not like that anymore because we do a lot of shit remotely. I'm currently traveling, so forget it. You know, it's not the same. It was different when we had our desks side by side and we were cheering things in, and the Godfather's dropping F-bombs. He's throwing the rock at the filing cabinet. Those were the days. And,
Those
you know,
were the days.
sure, I like to take dumps on Proline all the time, but those were great memories, man. And we had a lot of fun with the March Madness tournament. And that's why I think the allure isn't there anymore, because I don't watch games. Right,
Yeah.
I feel like the Canadian broadcast corporations that do broadcast it north of the border butcher it every single year. Right, they're cutting back and forth to games. Like, what are we doing here? Right,
100%.
So it's not the same as it once was. And you know, I'm gonna try. You know, Bean's coming down. He should be here in the next half an hour or so. You know, maybe I'll try to get him a couple brackets too, and we'll do it together, and it'll give us something to do this afternoon. But it's not like it once was. It was so much fun doing it in the office. And
Well, I mean, without question, I still remember FU Jordan Poole, Michigan, when you hit that lollipop shot from basically from center court, and that game catapulted Mr. Pisky Positivo over me, and you cost me a steak dinner. You costed me social media humiliation, and I still remember that. You know, so yeah.
We went to the David Duncan house. That was down the street from our office.
Yeah.
Beautiful spot in case anyone's looking for, I'd say, like a more what would you call it?
Old school. Old school steakhouse.
Super old school.
You know,
they make the Caesar salad right.
Make the Caesar salad in the cart beside you.
Yeah.
The Chateaubriand for two. You know.
Yes. Yeah. It was great. I'll post some pictures. Stay posted on social media. I'll do like a throwback to show you guys what I'm talking.
It was good times. It was good times in the office because for the reasons that Pisk mentioned, but we had to watch the games. Sometimes to get odds out early, we would have to wait for the result and then try to get out the next day's bracket of events. So it was definitely good times, 100%.
Yeah, it was great. And did you happen to catch Godfather? I don't know. I think it was on Twitter and YouTube. Spanky doing a live event with Alan Boston. Alan Boston.
I saw the headline. I did not actually follow the live.
It was pretty entertaining entertaining. Like just to see.
Spank loves his CBK. That's for sure.
Yeah, but Alan Boston is like renowned for this stuff, and he always freaks out at the committee. So I think that's what they were going for. You know, they wanted a little Godfather spice involved. But it was pretty entertaining. If anyone wants to go,
who got done dirty by the selection committee? Yes, of course.
Yeah. It was a decent watch. I actually tuned in for a bit. So I recommend that if anyone's looking for. He gives out some picks too, or in his thoughts on games, and I know a lot of people love that shit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good, but exciting time. But yeah, I miss the olden days of being in the dungeon and turning that on and watching it.
No question.
All right, I think that is about it, Godfather. We've reached the finish line here. Any last words for our viewers? Bang, 1 hour exactly. 1 hour.
1 hour, not too bad. I'm glad you're having a good time. So how much longer are you there? Another week? Something?
I told you I got those kind of like plans, secretive plans.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm not talking about that. Why are you putting that out there?
No, listen, no, we can talk about it. Because I leave tomorrow. I leave Costa Rica tomorrow. Okay. There's no way I'm editing it today. Bean's coming. We're hanging out. And tomorrow's the flight. yeah, I won't get this episode out until the deed is done. So what I'm
Hey,
doing,
so
folks, is when I came down to Costa Rica, my parents were taking an all-inclusive down to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. And they've been bugging me. They're like, "Oh, Alex, you gotta come. You gotta come." I'm like, "No, I got the bachelor party. I can't. But they're flying down March 20th, which is tomorrow. And my buddies were leaving here the 18th, and I again have the big extended family here in Costa Rica, so I wanted to spend a couple quiet days and visiting them, go out for dinners and sunsets and beers and stuff. So I took a quick peek, and what it is, it's a 3-hour flight. Again, shout out to the full dog because he's done this before. He helped me out with it. It's a 3-hour flight to Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo, yes, yes.
Santo Domingo. It was $200, and
Cheap,
then
cheap.
I have an SUV that takes me to the resort in Punta Cana, which is about an hour and a half away. So I didn't tell my parents about it, folks. I did not tell my parents. I am just showing up. I get there late tomorrow night, so I don't know if I'll, maybe there'll be some live entertainment. I know they love that, so I'm hoping that I can see them sitting at the table. They're going to be there with Snarky's parents. I hope I can see them at a table, and then I'm just going to go up and I'm going to film the whole thing. If not, it'll be the next morning at breakfast. I'm going to have to walk around the resort and try to find them. And
Yeah, you'll find them.
Yeah,
Are you going to add the footage to the? Are you going to add the footage to the podcast, or just strictly social media?
No, not to the podcast. I'll
Okay.
put it out on TikTok and Instagram, Twitter, whatever. But I'm a little worried because it is going to shock them to their core, and you gotta be careful. Too many like spike like that. These, my parents aren't getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. I mean, but no, the reactions are going to be priceless, folks. So
They're
keep an eye on my socials.
You're going to make your mother cry. What kind of a son are you?
Good. And
good. Only you could say good to that. But my goal is gonna be achieved.
So a little detour on the way home from Costa Rica.
Cool.
I'm gonna pop over, spend some time with my parents, and then.
Are you gonna stay the rest of their duration there?
No, they're staying 7 days. I'm staying 5 days.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
well,
so I get back to Toronto on Monday, I believe. So
I will look forward to this social media content for a change.
It's gonna be good. So
awesome.
I can't wait. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Signing out from Costa Rica. Pura vida. We'll catch you guys next week.
Vamos.
Ciao.